Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video I will make beef steak and serve it with Demi Glace sauce and crispy shredded potatoes. I took the beef steak out of the freezer and made a few holes under the bag so the blood can drain. As you can see, the blood has completely drained into the tray. There are two large steaks. I will clean them well and remove the tough parts. First, let's cut them in half from the middle. It would be difficult to trim them when they are too long. Then by separating them with my hands, let's make the sinewy part in the middle visible. These sinewy parts inside the meat are actually connective tissue. And during cooking, they harden and cause the meat to stretch while chewing. So it needs to be cleaned as much as possible without pressing the knife too much. I cut right under the sinew by moving slightly horizontally. This way we separate only the tough part without wasting the good meat, especially in beef. The better this trimming process is done, the softer and more delicious the result will be to remove this sinew. I place the sinewy part on the cutting board, hold the knife in a horizontal diagonal position and move forward while cutting. I also scrape and cut the remaining parts using a thinner knife. I have trimmed all the meat this way. Now it's time to prepare them in portions. I slice them so that there will be one piece per person. I make cuts on the surface of the meat slices. I score both sides with a knife. The purpose of these cuts is to allow the oil to penetrate well, to obtain a softer meat, and also to shorten the cooking time and provide a more even cooking. I place the sliced meat into deep hot oil when the meat starts to bubble in the oil and gets nicely browned. I take it out, by the way. If you like the recipe, don't forget to like the video. You can support me by subscribing to the channel. It's really important for the continuation of recipes like this. Also, make sure to write in the comments, how would you make this dish if it were you? Would you add a different touch? I'm curious. Now let's continue from where we left off. I place the meat into a baking tray. I prepare thick slices of onion and place them on top of the meat. I add salt. Some people don't add salt for easier cooking, but with salt it may cook later, yet become more flavorful. This detail is up to you. You can cook it faster and add salt while serving. I prefer this way since I have time. I first dilute the Demi Glace sauce with cold water in a bowl, then whisk it with boiling water until it becomes completely homogeneous, and add it to the tray. I cover the baking tray and place it on the stove. It will simmer slowly on low heat for about 1.5 hours. Then I take it off the stove and cook it in the oven for 1 hour with the top covered. In total, it will be a cooking time of 2.5 hours. We put the steaks in the oven. We have 1 hour left. Now let's prepare the potatoes. I will make shredded potatoes. They will be crispy. These potatoes are prepared with a grater, but not a very fine one. The grater I use has quite large holes. The potatoes should be grated in strands. Now I will wash them twice to remove the starch. I add cold water on top. I mix well and take the grated potatoes out of the water. Add cold water again. Mix a bit more and transfer them to a strainer. Add them to the strainer before the oil heats up so the water drains well and they are completely dry. When you put them into hot oil, grated potatoes are a product that requires a lot of attention. If you put too much into the oil, it lowers the oil temperature and creates a risk of overflow, which can cause serious accidents and fires. Therefore, frying the potatoes in small batches is the best method. It is also very important that the oil is hot enough. If the oil is cold, the potatoes will absorb oil and won't be crispy. Instead, they will be soft and heavy. Potatoes added at the ideal temperature immediately form bubbles and turn golden in a short time after putting the potatoes into the oil. I let them fry on their own without stirring too much, because too much stirring can cause them to break apart. I take the fried potatoes out immediately onto paper towels so they release excess oil and achieve an extra crispy texture. I place the fried potatoes into a container lined with paper. Now that our potatoes are ready, our dish is ready to be served. The steaks have shrunk after cooking. I take them from the large tray and transfer them into a smaller serving dish. I put some steak on the plate, add some onion on the side, drizzle some of its own Demi Glace sauce, and completely cover the top with crispy shredded potatoes. You can decorate around it, for example, adding colors like cherry tomatoes, peppers in green, red, and yellow will make the plate look much more appetizing. Yes, friends, it was a long but truly worthwhile recipe. The resulting flavor is a perfect harmony of very tender meat and crispy on the outside, lightly textured potatoes on the inside for those who will try it at home. Enjoy it in advance if you like the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next recipe. Goodbye.